Hello everyone. Today I will explain things to consider before going for IPO. For easy explanation, I will be dividing this conversation into three major parts, which are business, capital structure, and IPO preparation. First, business. Establish yourself as a decent size of market player. If I talk about Digit, by the time they were in the final stage of IPO, they had a market share of 3.1% in an industry of 35 billion USD with 1 billion USD of insurance premium, or leading in specific product line. If I talk about Digit, by the time they were in the final stage of IPO, they were at a market share of 6% in motor line of business. In an industry of 10 billion USD with 600 million USD insurance premium and positioning them as fourth largest motor insurance provider in the country within 6 years of operations. This means that before going for an IPO, you need to have a sizable business. Next, creating unique business metrics like differentiating customer experience. Digit is rated 4.7 out of 5 at Google with 2.4 lakh written reviews, and on Facebook 4.9 out of 5 with 30,000 written reviews. NPS, Net Promoter Score, of 75% for critical operational and 95% claim service metrics. Digit was the first company in insurance sector who gave callback option to the customers calling to their call center. This means that you need to be a unique company to the eyes of the customer. Next, unique distribution and loyal business partners. By the time Digit was in the IPO process, they had 50,000 business partners who sold insurance policy at 99% of PIN codes of the country and present across all lines of business. They had acquired 5 crore customers and settled for 20 lakh claims means huge capabilities to scale the business. This means that you need to build trust with your business partners before going for IPO. Next, talent pool. Digit has 4,000 employees from various backgrounds like CAs, MBAs, engineers, doctors, legal professionals, actuarials, techies, etc. Their 20% employee population is in the technology department, which is the backbone of the company. They are certified by a Great Place Work institution as best place to work. Their internal policies do not discriminate employees by grade or designation. Everyone having certain years of association and performance potential is eligible for ESOPs and LTIP. Next, stable profit pools. They were profitable on IFRS, International Financial Standard basis in third year of the operations, and on IGAP, Indian accounting basis in fifth full year of operations. They had identified and established the profit pools to their investors. Last, taxation. GST regime and well settled income tax law clarified most of the tax positions, hence, should not be a big problem unless there are concerns on tax compliances. On our next part, capital structure. Transparent capital structure is a must to sail through any IPO. Investors will go in detail of the capital structure of the company to get full clarity. The complicated capital structure may make it difficult for investors to participate in IPO. A lean capital structure always helps. Capital market regulator does a detailed check of capital structure which can delay the overall process. This means that if you don't have a transparent capital structure, it will cause delays and the IPO investors might not be interested. Next, ESOP pool. Investors would like to know how much ESOP pool is, whether ESOP grants are allocated on fair market value or on discount. What would be the equity dilution? What are the performance metrics for the ESOPs? Whether the ESOP policy is comprehensively written. Was there any ESPS, employee share purchase scheme? At what price share were they allocated? Investors would like to know all of these kind of questions. To our third major segment, IPO preparation. Investment bankers is a must that IPO bankers digest your story on the business metrics and convince to sell your story to prospective investors. You should give mandate to the bankers who will be with you at every stage. Their commercials should be well written and linked to the performance. This means that the IPO bankers are kind of like the middleman, and if they do not understand the story of your company, it might not be that great. Next, IPO support teams. This includes lawyers, auditors, industry specialists, printer, advertisement agency, CDSL, NCDL, MCA, stock exchange, etc. You have to make sure that engagements with them are finalized in the best interest of the IPO process to get uninterrupted support throughout the IPO. Basically, this means that your entire support team should be finalized before going for IPO so that entire IPO process goes smoothly without a bumpy ride. Next, your team. Your team is very critical since they will be the only one leading the entire IPO process. Finance and compliance team should always be ready to take off when needed. During IPO process, there will be several ups and downs which need to be resolved, understood and moved on from. This means that the financial and compliance team need to be coordinating really well so that they can answer all the questionnaires. Next, regulatory compliance are huge. Your DRHP will turn into UDRHP, which will then turn into RHP, which will then become prospectus. You will get lots of questionnaires from capital market regulator. If you are a sector regulated, then you have to get approval from the sector regulator as well, which means doubling the task. I hope you enjoyed this conversation and this is it for today. Thank you.